Happy Wellness Wednesday. Have I told you this is Wellness Wednesday? It is. Wednesdays are officially Wellness Wednesday. And today I'm wearing my Create Everyday shirt that ConvertKit sent to me last week. This is not a sponsored post. I don't actually even use ConvertKit, but they sent me this shirt because I was going to a webinar that got rescheduled and this is like their apology gift. And I'm wearing it today because we're going to talk a little bit about self-care and some of the things that we can do to practice self-care that maybe aren't some of the things that you would immediately think of. So when we think about self-care, people are always thinking about like facials and long luxurious baths and massages and all of these things that are complicated, can be expensive, and really aren't realistic for a lot of people. But there are things that you can do every day. You can spend 5 minutes on self-care, using your creativity, and reducing stress levels. So that's what we're talking about. I can't tell you how many adults I have talked to in the last few months who, when you ask them what their hobbies are, they don't have one. And actually I was watching the last episode of season 2 of Queer Eye last night, and they asked the guy what his hobbies were, and he sat there for a while and then he answered laser beams. That's what he told them his interest was, going outside and seeing laser beams at night. And they were just like, that cannot be accurate. So that's what I want to talk to you about today, is A, self-care and how that relates to being creative or having a hobby. I'm a big reader. You may have heard this about me. I read a lot. Last year I read over 100 books. This year I'm hoping to get 125 plus. So one of my favorite ways to perform self-care and to relax is to read a book. And you may say that's not really creating, but it is, because it helps me with my creative thought process, and I usually get some great ideas after I've taken some time to read. Reading can be expensive, but not if you have a library card. I don't know if you can see behind me that stack of books right there. Those are all the library books I have checked out right now. These are all due in the next week, I think. I can do it just for 5 minutes at a time. I can do it for longer if I have more time. But it's something simple and easy and free if you're getting the books from the library. Remember, they have the apps as well, so you can download audiobooks and ebooks without ever leaving your house, which is also very delightful. But that's not the only thing I do. I do lots of other things. Another one of my favorite things is photography. So I have a couple different cameras. I also use my iPhone a lot. And I like going out and going on adventures and taking pictures. Learning how to use my cameras on manual has been a way for me to express my creativity, improve my photography skills, which absolutely helps in my day-to-day job, taking pictures for y'all. But you know what? That's not primarily why I did it. I did it because I wanted a hobby and I really love it. Another easy way that you can relax: coloring. Oh, coloring. I have so many coloring books. It's actually a little bit embarrassing. There was a time when coloring was just for children, but we all liked to do it. And one of the cool things about having nieces and nephews or kids, what have you, is that you get to color again without shame. I'm so glad that adult coloring books have become a thing, because I love coloring so much. Again, something you can do for just a couple minutes at a time. Relax, enjoy the beauty of whatever you are coloring. One of my other favorite ways to relax is painting. I have been getting into watercolors and have been really enjoying making lovely little moons. And basically I stick with moons. I'm a little obsessed, let's be honest. It's just something that I can do, and again, it doesn't take very much time. That was some sort of galaxy thing I painted. And you know, a kitty cat moon, because I mean, I'm crazy cat lady. But I'm just obsessed with moons, lunar things. I always have been. So these take like 5-10 minutes to do, and it's just a nice way to relax before I go to bed. Another way of relaxing that I really want to get into is like buying Lego sets and making them. Don't tell my husband, because he's not going to want me to do this, but I really want to get like all the cool Harry Potter, Doctor Who, whatever Lego sets and start making them. But then I'd need like a whole bookcase to display my awesome Lego set, because man, I do enjoy a good Lego session. It's an easy way to relax, and you can get those little tiny ones now, so you don't have to have those big massive sets. You can get little ones that's just a tiny little caricature or a little setting, and it's a super easy way that you can relax and create, because you can follow the instructions or you cannot follow the instructions. You can do whatever you want. But I think the big thing here is finding things that you enjoy that you can do on your own time. Things like knitting, pottery. There's so many ways to be creative, even if you think that you're not a creative person. We're all creative, whether you believe you are or not. You just have to find your medium. That is it for today. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Have a wonderful afternoon. I'm off to read my book, and I will talk to you on Friday.